Hi, this is Greg with Lionquestfitness. Hadn't shot Chief Rolling Thunder in quite some time. The Smith & Wesson Combat Magnum, Model 66-2 in an Azula holster here. Not too bad to carry. I mean, unless you know what you're looking for, nobody's going to think that you're carrying a K-frame revolver. Now, the Combat Masterpiece. This one was probably made sometime in the 80s, I believe. It's 66-2. And the only thing about shooting a gun like this, Smith & Wesson had issues because of the forcing cone, because of it being flat. And when the Combat Magnum, the Model 19 and the Model 66 came on the scene, they found that a heavy diet of 357, especially very hot 357, could easily damage the forcing cone. So I'm kind of leery about how strong a 357 round I shoot out of this gun, usually in the 1,200 to 1,300 feet per second range. Now, when I bought this gun, I was looking at three. I was looking at a modern Combat Magnum, which was priced about $40 more than this gun. And I was looking at the Colt 3-inch King Cobra. But between the three, I decided to go with the old classic. And this has been a very fine revolver. In fact, I carried one of the departments I worked for when I was a police officer in the 80s. We were issued the Combat Magnum in 4-inch as our duty weapon, but we carried what's commonly called the New York load or the Chicago load, 158 grain 38 Special Plus P, which was very common at that time in law enforcement in South Carolina, where if you carried 357, you carried 38 Plus P. And mainly because, 357 frame is going to handle 38 Special very well, and you can shoot it a lot and not wear the gun out. Now, the only issue I've ever had with this gun had to do with the ejector rod backing out and causing the cylinder to lock down, but I put a little bit of Loctite in there, never had a problem since. Now, the round we're going to use today is a 158 grain Georgia Arms bonded hollow point rated at 1,200 feet per second, which should be safe for old Chief Rolling Thunder to handle. So, that's so smooth, so smooth. Man, there's nothing better than a classic Smith & Wesson. And Zeta 6 speed loader. I like these because they're malleable. Sometimes you might have a revolver that might have a tight fit because of the grips or even because of the frame. But the Zeta 6, because of being rubber, a little bit easier to twist, turn, and put it into position. So let's take the old boy through his paces today. Hey, you two, back off. I don't want any trouble. All right, right here, I hit it at a slight angle. I should have aimed right here since I'm aiming at a flat surface. All right, let's go back to 10 yards. Let's take it back to 20 yards for some aimed fire. Double action though. All right, this time I was able to center it up, okay, not too bad. And then right here, I got one here, but then I had a flyer. But hey, I'll take everything else. And let me tell you something. There is nothing better than an old classic. And here I am shooting at rapidly approaching dark and still able to get this kind of accuracy from an older firearm. And this is Greg with Lionquest Fitness.